How's it going? It is Charles Botenston, and today we're going to be talking about a better way to live. So this is by Mandino, and essentially I read this, got hooked on him, because in here it tells his story. And it goes, he had not the best story. He was broke, got a divorce, had no relationship with his kids, got into, I think he was an alcoholic, just was not the consummate professional that you read about after, because he was one of the best-selling authors of the time. And this is during a time when self-actualization, self-help, bettering yourself was not cool. Yeah, obviously this book was already out, How to Win Friends and Influence People. This was already out. You know, that's not, you know, that big of a deal, but this was already out. This was not. This came after that. So a little bit about it. So to also go into, I just did a video update of The Greatest Salesman in the World, which is also by Mandino. Hope I'm saying his name right. This is a fictional story. Not really a fan of it. I'm more of the to the point, what are we talking about? And this is exactly what the book is. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. He goes over all these rules to live by. And I think there's 17. There's 17. And just to give you a little heads up, so each chapter he goes over rules that he would live by if he had to live his life over again. And obviously he's giving it on to us because he's not alive anymore. But he's giving it on to us as it's really a legacy. He wasn't looking to write this book because he was already a successful author. He was already a successful teacher. And then he said, okay, what would I live by? Rule number 1, for a better way to live, count your blessings. And then he goes into it. How to count your blessings, why to count your blessings. Today and every day, deliver more than you get paid to do. That's number 2. And I'm not going to go through all 17. Number 3. I'm not going to go over all 17 yet. I continue. Whenever you make a mistake or get knocked down by life, don't look back at it too long. It's actually a great book because there's a couple in there that you're like, oh, okay, a better way to live. Obviously, you never look back on it. But then he goes into why and the difference of people that look back on it and people that don't look back on on bad things, on failures. And I would recommend it. It's a quick read. It's only 115 pages. He has an epilogue at the end, and obviously, literally his epilogue is honest. He goes, farewell, period. I shall miss you, but our special friendship need never end. He's at the tail end of his career. He had a crazy life in the beginning. He was broke, as I mentioned, and what he was saying was, if they can do it, then I can do it. And you're literally thinking about, if you can do it, then I can do it. And you're like, why? You know, a lot of people say that, well, if I can do it, you can do it. And then you hear about his story and you're like, okay, if you can do it, then I can do it. You're right. And then he goes into, there are some really good ones. Begin today, treat everyone you meet, friend or foe, loved one or stranger, as if they were going to be dead at midnight. That's a powerful one. I talk about that a lot. Pretend like, or not pretend, but act like you're going to be dead because you will be dead soon. And you're literally just a blip on the radar. On the entire universe, you're just a blip on the radar. And as, what's his name, famously said, gosh, from Apple, founder of Apple, not Wisniewski or Waskowski or whatever his name is, Steve Jobs. Oh my God, that's embarrassing. I'm literally an iPad. I have 2 iPhones. I have an iMac. Couldn't remember the guy's name. I'm sorry, Steve. I'm your biggest fan, so don't worry. But he always said he just wanted to leave a dent in the universe. Live this day as if it will be your last, which sounds like the other one, which is you treat everyone as if they were dead at midnight. But that's 2 totally different things. One is live as in this was your last day. In other words, just make every second count. And the other one is treat every single person like you'll never see them again. That's 2 totally different things. One is live fully in the day. The other one is every single person you meet, pretend like they will not be there at midnight. That is powerful. Those are 2 very powerful concepts. Never again clutter your days or nights. This is very, very important. This is something that I preach to myself. I'll be doing something and I'm like, is it even worth doing? Like, there's no point in me doing it. So never again clutter your days or your nights with so many menial and unimportant things that you have no time to accept a real challenge when it comes along. A real challenge as in, someone came to me, they're looking for someone for a reality show. That's a real challenge. And they started going into it. They said for 3 months, you're not going to be able to really do any business. You're going to be filming this show. And I'm like, that's a real challenge. My business, I'm like, do I have enough money in the bank? Can my business survive? Can my clients survive? That's a big commitment. But to be honest, at the end of the day, pretend like today's your last day. Okay, I'll do it. Let's do it. So I said, yes, I'll do it. Whether they pick me or not, I don't think they picked me. But, I'm maybe not as crazy as what they wanted them to be. I don't know. Anyway, as that comes on, I do recommend it. It's 4 out of 5 stars. It's a good book. It's a good overview. There are some good principles. I wish it was, a little bit more concrete in the examples. And granted, it was probably written in the 70s or 80s, which is a different mindset. Actually, 1990. Oh, really? Wow. Well, so much for that. Anyway, Charles Botenston, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do publish a video of book reports, every single book reports, of book reviews every time I read a book, and subscribe to our Instagram channel. Talk to you guys soon.